What's up, y'all? So today I am just going to propagate into the realm, as always. But this video is most likely going to be about the 3D. So, what do we have when it comes to being in the 3D? We're trying to build our economic status. We're trying to pretty much either get a job, build a business, try to be an upstanding member of our communities and society, and really just make that almighty dollar work for us, when in reality we're simply working for it to a certain degree. So what are you doing when it comes to living in this 3D realm?
Oh, I don't understand. I have full coverage.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Hoganson, but our liability is spelled out in paragraph 17. It states
I
clearly.
can't pay for this. I'm on a fixed income. And if you can't help me, I don't know what I'll do.
Norma Wilcox, Wilcox, on the third floor. Expect someone to get back to you quickly to resolve the matter. But there's nothing I can do.
Oh, thank you, man.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I know you're upset.
You authorized payment on the Walker policy?
Someone broke into their house, Mr. Huff. Their policy...
Don't tell me about their coverage. Tell me how you're keeping Insuracare in the black.
Are you pretty much letting this world take advantage of you? Working for a business that really is just draining you dry. And if you don't like thinking about it in terms of energy, look at you when you go home. Are you drained? Are you exhausted? Well, I would say that you're putting in a lot of energy when you go into a place and you're there for an extended duration of time, no matter if it's 6, 8, or 12 hours, or even more. You are giving them your energy. And a lot of people get caught up with this and get stuck in these ruts of which they work for a business for years. 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. And what do you have to show for it? Your paycheck? Is that what you have to show for it? The house that you have? Do you have a boat? Are you able to travel to untold locations, or do you just follow the narration that we all follow? Go to a concert, go to Florida, go to California. Just the nuances of what we are told is fun. You should get out there. Really, honestly, it's at a point where a lot of people don't know what to do. The anxiety is almost through the roof. You have people out there just like, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? The economy's collapsing. What?
What do you mean the bank is out of money? Insolvent? You only have enough cash for the next 3 customers! Hey,
Just a second here. No, I don't have your money here. It's in Fred's house.
Hey, what the hell you doing with my money in your house, Fred?
You really just have to go with it and relax a little bit, because it's just a narration. I mean, money manipulation has been going on for quite some time. Do you think people aren't betting against the market? So if the market actually did collapse, people would get rich off you, off of that collapse, because they're betting against you. You see it happen a lot. It's really money manipulation. A lot of people don't really understand the stock market, really understand our economic system, because you don't do that deep dive into it. You have to really research it. And for me, before I started doing a lot more of just not really caring, because my journey has gotten me to a point where I have everything I need. I'm good. I'm okay. But before that, I was really heavily into the stock market. I was heavily into cryptos because I got tired of doing the standard 9 to 5. I wanted to actually make more money. And I was just like, this is the best play for me. I'm highly educated. I can read a chart. I can understand what's going on. So that's what I started getting into it. Candlesticks and whatnot. Reading the charts. But once you get to a certain point and understanding charts and candlesticks and the market itself, you realize that a lot of it's just manipulated, and you just have to follow the trends. You have to actually know when to, you have to know. That's the point. You have to know.
Hey, why are you buying that? The CEO was just indicted.
But not for the big fat defense contract he bribed his way into. That's still on. Should be announced next week. At the end of the week, my brokerage account contained over $2 million. Word quickly got out.
It's borderline insider trading kind of stuff. But, well, to be quite blunt and honest with you, you know that money manipulation is going on. You have to. It's like when certain people, certain parties get into office, you have to invest in certain things because those prices are going to fluctuate depending on who's in office. Those prices are going to fluctuate depending on what someone says. And it really just comes down to people not being in fear and having that anxiety and actually being able to understand a chart. Understand that you just have to be aware on what's going on, what someone says.
In the market, you're going to have a partner named Mr. Market. And the beauty of him as your partner is that he's kind of a psychotic drunk. And he will do very weird things over time. And your job is to remember that he's there to serve you and not to advise you. And if you can keep that mental state, that all those thousands of prices that Mr. Market is offering you every day on every major business in the world practically, that he is making lots of mistakes. And he makes them for all kinds of weird reasons. And all you have to do is occasionally oblige him when he offers to either buy or sell from you at the same price on any given day, any given security. So it's built into the system that stocks get mispriced.
President Johnny said that he's tired of these guns being on the streets. So you know that's when it's time to invest in the gun market or something that pertains to the gun market because, you know, guns are going to fly off the shelf because people are being manipulated. President Johnny really doesn't care about you or your guns, and he's just saying that because he's got a stake in the game. Everyone has a stake in the game. I mean, you think during these past couple years, you saw these lawmakers getting rich with this insider trading kind of mentality. You see what happens. But yet, we are still stuck to this 3D system. And I'm not telling you that it's not bad to chase money. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that it's high time that you do something more when it comes to that kind of thing. There's other markets out there. There's different money systems out there. And most people think or perceive that the dollar is the greatest thing. In honesty, you can invest in so many other currencies. Currencies that actually have real backing behind them and not dependent on labor. And when I say this system is really and heavily dependent on labor, wait till automation fully takes over and you'll see your dollar really just go away. Everyone knows it's going away. It's just that you don't realize that because we're sitting up here listening to these people talk about how our banking system is safe and this, that, and the third, when in reality, if you are a very learned person And when it comes to our economic system, you can tell we're moving away from old school monetary system and we're going to a different one. And even if it wasn't for the collapse or the fall, we're definitely going to a different system. So you have to be aware of that kind of thing. And people really get weirded out about people like me or the conscious community. And I get why you're wary of us, because you don't understand what's happening. You don't understand what's taking place. It's okay. It's okay. But there are people out there who truly can empathize and understand what you are going through. And this is why I am definitely talking to you. Because the system that we have, if you're going to still be a part of it, just read your charts. Look at a lot of these companies and see which one is the best fit for you. Don't listen to anyone else unless you really and emphatically trust them about their monetary expertise. So with that, I have to say, today is definitely a weird day. Things have been going on today that have, you can tell that the shifting energies, the energy is just heavy.
But this happened 2 days ago. The biggest sun eruptions in human history, causing the highest neutrino count we've ever recorded.
My God.
For the first time ever, the neutrinos are causing a physical reaction.
That's impossible.
You won't believe this. It looks like the neutrinos coming from the sun have mutated into a new kind of nuclear particle. They're heating up the Earth's core and suddenly act like microwaves.
And the simple fact is, we are becoming more. This system is truly moving to a new way of being. And whether or not the system is going to collapse or not, does it really matter? You see the writing is on the wall for the dollar, to say the very least. So, man, what are we talking about? Yeah? You want to be materialistic? Is that it? Is that all you see is materialism? Because you never had it, you want it so bad. Well, in that instance, you might as well just get a passport and leave. That's a good material item to have, a passport. Just go. But not too many people want to hear that. No one wants to hear about the collapse. No one wants to hear about the fall, because it puts them into a negative headspin because they can't fathom trying to be more than what they are right now. And that's the saddest part to me. If you can't fathom that, if you think that people like me are crazy talkers and just want to go with the flow of this three-dimensional programming that we've been given, indoctrination upon indoctrination upon indoctrination, then okay. Good luck to you. I do wish you the best. So, what's left, you know? This video was about the 3D. I don't really know what to say about the 3D besides it's just a bunch of lies and distractions, but man, we're going with it, right? I still put my pants on and head out and work. That's simply because I pretty much just living this life to see the differences from now opposed to who I once was. Are there any differences? Some people wouldn't be able to even tell because that's how good I play the role. Now, as for my relationships with people, I care for everyone I come in contact with. That's the craziest thing to me. I really do. And it's problematic at times because you're an empath when you're on, like, if you're like me, you're an empath. So you can feel all their energy. You can feel all of their emotions. It's just, It's just interesting. I'm kind of just going with the flow of life. And no matter what I say about pretending, about playing a role, that is specifically for the fact that I know who I am. And as for the people that I care for, I'm still Michael to a certain degree. So those feelings are still there.
To know the face of God is to know madness. I see the patterns. I see the foreshadowing that precedes every moment of every day. It's all there. I see it. And I have a surprise for you. I have something to tell you about the future.
You think I'm a full-scale machine? Just turn it all the way off? And even though you have to be willing to let people go, because that's one part of this journey that most people don't get to. They think it's too inhumane. But it truly isn't. You really just have to be willing to let people go. If you aren't willing to let people go, people that you truly love, then you will never arrive.
There's too many.
The only way is to let her go.
I'm sorry, Katara.
It's just part of this journey. So, with that, this video really was just a filler. It was about the 3D to a certain degree and just talking about what we have when it comes to or pertains to the three-dimensional world. We have to deal with people who have their egos in the game, just wanting to make this almighty dollar work for them because they don't know any better. People who are really just wanting to be a part of a pyramid scheme that will include them, that included their parents, and will ultimately include their children, if they have any. And that's the system that we prop into. Low vibrational, doesn't serve a purpose, doesn't help humanity grow. It's just serving one purpose, and that's making certain people wealthy. So, I hope that you can look past that system and realize that you can do a lot of this stuff without them. You can grow your own food.
That section was already a gated community, so we built the rest of the wall out from there. Stopped most of the raiding parties, but we still find pockets of them.
How do you keep this place quiet?
Carefully. Being in the middle of nowhere helps, not advertising what we have, staying off the radio. House of worship, multi-faith. School, not that we've needed it.
You draw power from a dam.
Got that working a couple years ago. After that, sewage, plumbing, water heaters, lights.
So are you like in charge?
No one person's in charge. Everyone pitches in, we rotate patrols, food prep, repairs, hunting, harvesting.
Everything you see in our town, greenhouses, livestock, all shared.
Communism.
Nah, it ain't like that.
It is that, literally. This is the commune. We're communists.
You can live on the land and just live like earlier humans and man and be just fine. Everything is okay. Everything is as it should be. So go with it. Don't have anxiety. And if you do have anxiety, look, listen, it's okay. It's a part of your experience. Don't let it consume you though. Don't take yourself out the game just to get sent back to it. So be aware of where you are. Live life to the best of your ability, to the fullest. Enjoy it. and let things just roll on off. If you let that stuff harbor and fester in you, it's going to consume you. So, with that being said, this video is getting a little bit longer than I would like, and hopefully it gives you something, and if it doesn't, that's just the way it is. Well, with a smile on and positive vibes your way. For the light workers, keep doing your thing. For the chosen, stay on mission. And for those who know, let's get it.